Well, what's the like general vibe of Boise?
It's really cool. It's really laid back for Boise at least. Once you start getting out into the wildlife, you go to like Emmett or whatever, it starts to get kind of weird. Oh, phone dropped. But in Boise, it's super laid back. It has changed though, like I said, with all these people moving in. Like 2 years ago, and my whole life that I've lived here, um, it's been mostly like you can leave your door unlocked. You're not really worried about anything. There's no like gangs or violence or anything here,
Mhm.
right? Since it's like a small city, uh, and so it's really just been laid back. We don't really have any natural disasters. Like nothing ever really bad happens here, which is nice.
Mhm.
Sort of keeps us on the down low of you know like people just like there's really nothing that exciting that goes on here. But people just they like that because, like I said, you can leave your door unlocked and you'll be fine. And it's really cool to do that, like while you're living in a capital city,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of the people they're really nice here. The new people that are coming in, they're kind of weird, and they don't really like they're not as friendly as maybe some of the locals. That could just be like you know that could not be true. Like they could be very friendly, and it's all the Idahoans that are rude, right? But
Huh.
yeah, I'm definitely starting to see like a little bit of a culture shift from people being like super friendly and helpful, and there's like a lot of local businesses to like people on the street, and like I'll smile at them as I walk by, and they'll just look at me like I'm crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy. There's also a
Yeah.
lot of like conglomerates coming here. Like you can't find, well, it's really hard to find like for renting. All of the complexes and everything, they're going to be owned by some like big company in Chicago. Like they're like the local businesses are kind of thinning out over here, which is kind of sad.
Ideally, what you would want to happen with these like fast growing cities is that the locals who have always been there now, what they're doing now is raised and people go more to the local shops because there's more people to spend money and but the opposite is happening is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. And it's also because of like the labor shortage right now. I mean, it's a bunch of factors. It's not just, the people coming in, but it's also the COVID thing, right? Where and the labor shortage, where a lot of these small businesses can't keep up with, the payments that, the salary that you're going to make from working at Walmart, right? Like Walmart down the street is, I think, like $17 an hour for a cashier right now because that's how they're going to get people in the door.
Yeah.
So it puts a burden on the small businesses for, what they can do. Like they can't do like a $17 an hour wage for, their clerk or whatever. So who wants to
Yeah.
work at local shops?
Yeah. All of that is interesting. COVID has certainly disrupted many things.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Uh, so what do you think? What do you guys called? Like Boiseans or
I don't know. I think so. Boiseans, Idahoans. I don't know. You just, I don't think we have a name. Like, we don't have like, we're not like Floridians or something. I don't know. It's all just hard to say. I just
yeah,
say
nothing really rolls off the tongue really easily. So what do you think the people value most and what interests do they have? What are they into?
so. A lot of people out here are really into outdoorsy stuff,
Okay.
and that's where we have like the leg up on a lot of the other cities. Because, like I said, so it's really focused on being outdoorsy and being like in touch with nature and camping and all this kind of stuff. A really, really big thing out here in Boise is mountain biking and dirt biking.
Really?
Yeah, that's like
That's
it's a,
something I don't hear about like typical outdoorsy activities.
it's a really big thing here. Like a lot of the trails that you go on, like for hiking and stuff, they're like half, walking trails and half mountain biking trails. Um, and there's a company that I worked for that's headquartered in Boise. It's called Western Power Sports, and they do all of that stuff, like mountain biking, dirt biking stuff, and they're really, really popular here. If you go hiking somewhere in Boise, you're probably going to see a mountain biker like every time you go. People get really into it.
Wow. So that's
Yeah.
probably on top of like snowboarding and skiing.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We have Bogus Basin is the mountain that a lot of people go on.
It's called Bogus Basin.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what a lot of people are into here.
What do you do?
I like to do the hiking thing. That's one of my favorite things. And then do work, I guess, go to work.
I like going to work. Yeah.
Exactly.
Interesting. So what sights, sounds, and smells stand out to you in Boise, Idaho?
Geez, we don't really have a lot of, smells, I would say. Like I mean, that's a good thing, right? Don't got a lot of smells. Usually you want that. But I would say for sites and stuff, so Boise is like a desert actually, in Idaho. So we have Boise and it's called the City of Trees. And the reason why it's called the City of Trees is not because we have like a bajillion trees. I mean, we do, but we don't have a lot of trees. But it's called the City of Trees because everything around it is a desert. And so when they first came over and founded Boise and all this kind of stuff, it was because there's just this giant desert. And then in the middle of all that desert, there's just trees. And they're like, why are there so many trees here? So we're going to call it the City of Trees. It's this City of Trees in this giant desert.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at yeah, I do see that. So I see a lot of trees within the city, and then it's kind of like
it's all just
going
desert.
up into the mountains. It looks like more like high plains and just no trees.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Just a lot of desert. It's very dry over here.
Okay.
It's not humid at all. So it's probably just all the trees. And then when you look out sort of into outside of the valley, you just see a lot of nothing, a lot of sagebrush, just a lot of yellow and orange.
Huh.
Yeah.
So if someone were to have like a few days in Boise, what would you recommend them doing?
I would say if you're going to come to Boise, you probably want to hit like the lakes and the hikes and all the outdoorsy stuff I was talking about. That's really its big main attraction. We have a lot of really good paddleboarding things out here. That's really fun in the summer. My girlfriend and I, we got paddleboards last summer. We went out all over the place, and we have really beautiful lakes, really beautiful rivers, all that kind of stuff. So we just load up our paddleboards into the car and take them out, pump them up, and head out on the river. And it's real nice. If you're sneaky about it, you can have a beer. It's not legal, but you gotta be sneaky about it.
Nice. What kind of cars do people drive out there?
Well, it used to be a lot of trucks, and I think it still kind of is. But now that more people are coming in here, you see a lot of kind of very average cars, right? It's not like you're driving a 90210 where you might see a Porsche or a Ferrari or something. But now that people are moving over here, especially just in Boise, like the metropolitan Boise area, you're seeing a lot of those Porsche SUVs, right? Because
really?
Yeah, somebody just made like 500 grand off of their house in California and then moved over here, right? So that's usually, you see a lot of Porsches now in Boise because people are coming over here and they just sold off their house and made a bunch of money. So